I'm Dr. Akilah Cadet, and this is Humane Rights, a show that flips the traditional talk show on its head. This isn't about debate, it's about dialogue. Each episode, I invite guests from different walks of life to unpack the messy, beautiful realities of being human. Welcome to Humane Rights, where being human is the ultimate act of resistance. Welcome to Humane Rights.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to have you here because you are the inaugural guest.
Oh, am I?
Did you not know that?
I don't think, maybe
Surprise.
someone told me, but yay.
My dream first guest is this
Couldn't
man.
make it. Couldn't make it.
No, it's this man named W.Kamau Bell. And then it worked so easily.
Well, we're in the East Bay. And
We are in
so
the East
it's
Bay.
not like it's not like we're in Paris and I had
That's
to
true.
I would have tried to come, but that would have been difficult.
No, we did spend 12 hours together at the Roots season opener home game.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Thousands and thousands of people. So
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And we spent time recently, a few hours together.
Yeah.
Or a few quality minutes together.
Yeah, we did.
Recently.
We were literally just in LA for a day of unreasonable conversation.
Yeah.
I've probably known more to the world as the day Kamala Harris said these motherfuckers are crazy.
Did that I didn't follow. Did that make the news?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
It
good.
made complex.
Okay,
So,
it made complex.
so-
It made black news.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. She was intending to make black news.
She was definitely,
Because she didn't say motherfucker. She said motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, right. And then people were writing it wrong. I said, nope, it was a you.
Yeah.
It was definitely a you.
Mother.
Yeah.
It was mother. It was
Right.
mother.
It's from the core.
Yeah, it was from the core.
She said it was her freedom tour. And what is freedom? So I would love for you to tell everyone just how wonderful and amazing you are.
Okay. Let's go from the inside out. So I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a son. I'm an Oakland resident, proudly an Oakland resident. Not in Oakland. Wasn't born in Oakland, though. Oakland people get sensitive.
They do. Also, same full disclosure, born in Sacramento.
Yeah. So I just want to be clear.
I live and own in Oakland. I have a parcel
not trying to
number.
claim the 510 from the. Didn't come from the soil, but I've been here on and off since '97. And stand-up comedian, writer, documentary director, producer, TV producer, documentary producer, Substacker, and Celebrity Jeopardy champion.
Which is so cool that you get to say.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. It just happened this year, and I'm milking it like a Miss America title. I'm going to use it for all I can get out of it.
Do you
this
have
year.
a wave though?
I don't have a wave. I should have a wave.
Something to work on. It's always about learning and unlearning.
I'm so deep in the year. I should have started this earlier. Yeah.
Which is true. You just want to leave the Peabody part out?
Oh yeah. 4-time Emmy winner and a Peabody Award winner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are cool too. Those are great.
Those are great.
Those are better than great. The Peabody was such a big. You can't really aim for a Peabody in the same way that you.
No, one doesn't. But it worked
No,
out.
and so I feel, in some sense, I wish that added up to me being able to retire, but it does not. I still have 3 young children who like to eat every day.
Every day.
And so
multiple times a day.
When I look at my resume, I'm like, that's impressive. And then I look at my bank account and go, but not as impressive. I still need to work. So.
Well, I have the pleasure of being a Black disabled woman in a white world. And so the amount of money I used to make when everyone didn't want to be racist. Yeah. Do you remember those days? Do you remember how much money you made?
I'll tell you one time, I'll tell you about a check I got, and I don't really talk about this, but this was just in the post-George Floyd era when he was murdered by the Minneapolis police. Many of us people who already were Black and speaking politically and publicly suddenly were very employable for a short period of time. And it was during COVID.
Yeah.
So I remember getting an offer, and I did the gig, as we talk about comedians taking checks, for a company in the United Kingdom. So it was a British company and I don't remember what they did, but they wanted to have the diversity conversation, and they also get somebody from America because of the George Floyd thing. And I got paid $50,000 to talk in a Zoom meeting for about an hour.
Yeah.
And I was just the only thing that made it suck is I had to get up early because it was the UK.
Yeah.
So I had to I had to be on Zoom at 6. I was like, no wonder they're paying me the big buck, whatever.
But
I remember
could
just
sleep
being
for the rest of the day.
Yeah. But it was during COVID when there was not a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was very helpful.
The summer, so in the first quarter of the year, 2021. So what people don't realize is, George Floyd was murdered in May.
May 25th.
May 25th, yeah, of 2025.
My daughter's birthday.
Oh, it's my mom's birthday.
Yeah, so it was like I just was
It's a
like,
whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
It's a
and then
whole
my
thing.
brother, his birthday is the day of the insurrection, January 6th.
We're gonna just keep going down this road. My birthday for most of my life was just my birthday, and now it is known as the day Kobe Bryant died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, it was just like for years it was
But
just.
you're still a living legend, so there,
No, I'm not. But it was just, it is when when
It's
my
just a
birthday
moment.
comes up, it's a thing that like it is in the news.
Every day on social
It
media,
is-
you're like, oh, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
We're celebrating Kobe today. So what people don't realize is that first quarter, they had to, because it was May, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, oh shit, Juneteenth. We didn't know about Juneteenth. We don't have enough time to give everyone that day off this year, but next year.
Next year we're going all
Next year
out.
we're going to do that. But it also was like, oh, we should probably definitely do something for MLK. We should do something for Black History Month.
Yeah,
And we should do something for Women's History Month but with Black women.
Yeah.
So that 2021, that first quarter, just talking,
Yeah.
I made $250,000.
Yeah.
For
No,
sitting
I'm
down.
for sitting
I didn't.
down.
I was on Zoom. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's right. We weren't even in.
We weren't even-
You didn't
I-
have to fly anywhere.
The bottom was probably pajamas.
No, for sure. I mean, we lived in a house and I had an office and I was just in that office all day sometimes, just on Zooms. And like the other thing was I got booked on more talk shows, which is therefore white talk shows, because that's generally like I did all the late night talk show circuit that I'd never done before. So the first time I did the Tonight Show, I think that was the first time. It was the second time. Was like, but it was also the fact that I got booked. Like, can you be on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Not you're coming up. Can you be on in a month? Or
Yeah.
Can you be on in 6 months?
Yeah.
Can you be on tomorrow?
Right.
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the sense of urgency, which we know is a pillar of white supremacy, was very real. But I told myself, these are my reparations, and I'm going to
for
collect
sure.
the checks so I can buy a home.
Yeah, no,
And,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's I have, like I said, at the time I had 3 daughters, and
Yeah.
so like I didn't. If you got the money to pay me, and I'm gonna do what I do anyway, I'm not gonna like sign a thing that says I'm not gonna talk about this. It's like, or I'm not, or I'm gonna talk about the way you want me to.
Right.
So I was just waking up and just yeah.
And the history of Juneteenth is, and
Yeah,
all
exactly.
the
Yeah. I remember
the
I had to
tie-ins.
actually, because I remember going to my mom when Juneteenth was made a holiday. I was like, how come we didn't celebrate Juneteenth? And she's like, because I'm from Indiana. That was a Texas holiday. And I was like actually mad at her for a second. She's like, that wasn't our holiday.
I know, but people don't understand that. So a lot of it is where you come from. I did grow up celebrating Juneteenth because my family is from the South.
Yeah.
So it did happen. And then my grandfather started the first African-American History Museum in Sacramento, where I'm from, not Oakland.
Yes,
But
yes.
I've been here long enough to
Yeah.
rep 510. So, that part happened. My mom was on the COINTELPRO list. So all of those things, I couldn't not. And then my dad is Haitian. So I was born,
Yes.
a revolutionary,
the rebellion.
abolitionist person. Yeah.
And my mom that's why I was mad, because my mom was like, she's like the Black History hookup. But she's like, I was like, how could we not celebrate it? And she was like, very like, it wasn't a thing we did in like, I know about it, I know what it is, but it's not a thing we did in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
We were too busy running from the Klan.
Well, the Klan, which we're going to get into the Klan, and people are like, well, why?
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
She wasn't running from the Klan. She was confronting them. I don't mean to put my mom like she wasn't.
Well, I mean, my mom, we have a lot of similarities there. So fun. So before we move on, I would love to do something which is get into intersectionality and what we carry before we get into the humanity of things. So I'm a very proud Black disabled woman. And so as a result of that, there's people who are tuning in, watching or listening, and they may tune in or watch or listen differently. So I always like to describe myself.
Yeah.
So I am a baddie. My pronouns are bad bitch or she, her. I have long golden blonde braids and a very colorful Christopher John Rogers dress on with all the bright colors you can imagine, stripes and polka dot black and white shoes. We're sitting in a studio with Taylor Small's artwork behind us and a yellow book that says white supremacy is all around.
Who wrote
2
that
mics.
book?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a yellow book. Just a yellow book.
Just a yellow book
Yeah.
that I wrote. So I'd love for you to describe what you look like.
Great. So I am a 6'4" Black man who is often described as a gentle giant. So I'm a giant guy, and I have a I like to say salt and pepper afro, but it's really just salt at this point.
No, it's salt and pepper.
A little pepper.
Yeah.
Who often gets mistaken for Questlove, even though he does not have any pepper. He has no salt. He's all pepper.
I mean, all black people look alike. So.
Yeah, no, often gets
Yeah,
mistaken.
you just
for
need to
Questlove.
accept that.
Wearing like a sort of like a Mr. Rogers navy cardigan that I've owned for a long time, so it's not as navy as it used to be, but I like to put it on when I'm doing things like this. And blue jeans that I wear too often, and comfortable Skechers shoes.
Yes.
And a black T-shirt that has a drawing on it that my daughter Juno did. That is a family portrait of all the 5 members of my immediate family: my wife, and my 3 daughters and me. And sort of like when she was like 3, so it's a very childlike drawing of a family that I think is perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
And you also have glasses on, so
I have
everyone
glasses.
knows that you're smart.
Yeah. Sure. Yes,
Mine are
yes.
not on, but I do have contacts.
Yeah.
Also smart.
I think what else did I get everything? Oh,
You did.
and my pronouns are he, him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
So if I ask you, what does humane rights mean to you? What does it mean to you?
I guess I would just be like assuming from putting those words together. The idea of humane versus, you hear the phrase human rights. And I think sometimes I would imagine that this is a way to go. We've heard that phrase human rights so often that maybe it's meaningless. So how do we twist that phrase into something that actually makes you go, huh? So I think often, and black people are good for this. Once something gets played out, we're like, we want to still say that, we want to still make that same point, but we want to do it in a new way.
Yeah.
So that's why the English language is constantly evolving, and black people are at the front lines of the evolving of the English language. Ain't is a word. So humane rights to me sounds like when you think about humans and human rights, think about there's a part of this that's also about kindness and empathy and something about humane means I'm thinking about you being okay, you're thinking about me being okay, so it feels like it's probably community centered.
And I think we should just wrap it up here.
Thank you
really
for having
great.
me. This is great. I try to get my podcast done over as quickly as possible.
No, I get it.
I try to speed run the podcast.
Time is valuable.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. It's funny because when people hear the word humane, they automatically go to pets, dogs.
Oh, the Humane Society.
Yeah, Humane Society, which is really good marketing and branding.
No, that's good. I just don't think about pets that much or dogs that much.
I was a pet parent, so I get it.
There is a dog in my family. It's just not my dog.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very self-aware of you.
Yeah.
It's just everything you're saying is definitely spot on. And it's just a reminder that still, today with all the things that are happening, we have Donald and Co. I like to call him Donald.
Donald and Co.
Donald and Co.
Like it's a morning radio show.
Right.
Donald and Co.
Donald and Co. Up next, we have pointless shit that will be shared. Donald and Co. Because there's a study, I think it was in 2018, that said if anyone's called by their first name, they don't know what they're doing. And so that's why Kamala was Kamala and Trump was Trump for the election. It typically happens for women leaders. So I say James David, Donald and Co.
James David. I was like, it took me a second.
Yeah, because, they don't know what they're doing. But even now, with all the stuff that's happening to humanity in general, but definitely here in the U.S., people will still show up for the dog who is disabled. They'll still show up for the dog who needs a home. They'll still show up in those positions, but they don't have that same type of humanity when it comes to us, our peers. Yeah.
People often, not often, but sometimes people are surprised. I will get approached. I remember this happened one time. I was like out in the world, and somebody's like, "Oh, Kamau Bell," like this happens pretty regularly. "Oh, Kamau Bell, I'm so happy to meet you. Oh, I'm such a fan. Da, da, da. I need you to host," and then they list a job they need me to do that is definitely not going to pay me anything, which isn't always people want, but it's just I'm often getting homework. So finally I can give you the homework assignment I've been waiting to give you that you're just going to take.
I hear you. The first chapter of my book is white women are exhausting.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, thank you.
Well, I'm married to a white woman. Maybe I shouldn't have said that quickly.
Not all. I always have to say not all, but
also, really I signed up for this exhaustion with this particular person
that you love.
Yeah, that I love. Yes.
Yeah, no, totally. But so then I will have white women who slide in my DMs all the time, and they're like, "How do I solve this really complex problem?"
Yeah,
and I know that happens for you too, right?
Yeah.
So that leads me to like, what do you think about this current state of humanity? And I will plant a seed because you said a gem just 2 days ago, which is how people have to show up when it comes to humanity. They need to pick a side. Do you want to tell people what those two sides are?
Yeah, I think that, too often, and you see this in the press all the time, there's this idea of left versus right,
Yeah.
which is a complete like construct that we've created in this country and maybe around the world in third places, but as if these are the two sides, when really these are just the two sides that the two corporate parties that dominate the conversation.
Right.
And so you sort of feel pressure to pick one. You don't have to, but your average person feels like I got to pick one of these things. But then we decide, instead of just these are the two corporate parties, those are actually the two sides of every argument, is left and right. And as I said at the event we were at, I live in Oakland, which is near Berkeley, and in Berkeley there are 40 sides to every argument. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there is just a way in which not everything, people can be on the left and have out loud angry disagreements about things that you would think, oh, but I thought they were all on the left.
Yeah.
And so for me, at this point in history, in American history, the sides are fascist or anti-fascist.
Right.
That's it. Those are the line. If you're anti-fascist, we will talk about the other things we don't agree on, which there are going to be other things. But you need to let me know you're anti-fascist first.
Right.
If you're fascist, I don't care what you agree with me with. I don't care.
Keep it moving.
You can have the best recipe for sweet potato pie
Right.
that any black grandmother ever invented. I don't need that pie. I will download the one from McCormick. But but I'm not. So it doesn't matter what we agree on if you are on the side of fascism.
My pie is something that people will probably hate or love of me. It is a frozen Sara Lee apple pie.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's a
The high pitched tone makes me feel you don't. But
No, because I'm thinking about like. I was a big frozen pizza guy for most of my
There's
like
some good ones out there.
up until
Yeah.
I probably met my wife and she was like, frozen pizza. As an Italian American, I cannot. But I grew up with a mom with TV dinners, and Totino's. I had one actually a little while ago. I got I was at work, and I was like, nobody can stop me, and they're microwavable. And I got a Totino's frozen pizza, and I was like, that still hits all the spots.
It hits all the spots.
So there are certain frozen food products that I get it. There's a little nostalgia baked in that pie.
There is.
Yeah.
I had a working mom, so we had a lot of frozen ravioli.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, I was a big frozen pot pies, chicken pot pies.
all those things in
My
there.
kids don't like pot pies. I'm like, I don't know what I did wrong. But
I think the more concerning thing is that I was a late bloomer with pies in general.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess I can publicly say that I don't like sweet potato or pumpkin pie.
Neither?
Yep.
That seems like saying I can't pick a side between fascism and anti-fascism.
No, I will, but I can't. I can do.
That feels like no. I'm not. But it feels to me like
anti-fascism apple pie.
If you can't pick between sweet potato and pumpkin, it feels like I don't know.
I'm not a pumpkin.
Well, obviously,
sweet potato person. Like I also don't like sweet potato fries. Now no one's going to listen to my podcast.
Pumpkin is fascism, says W.Kamau Bell. Yeah, no, of course.
Exactly.
They literally. It was a decoration that they figured out we should probably eat the inside. That's what's pumpkin. That's it. It's like they were like we scooped out the jack-o'-lantern, but we have all this stuff left. Should we try to eat it?
Should we?
Whereas sweet potato was
I like squash, which is in general.
But pumpkin was never the. When you talk about squash,
give me a butternut squash gnocchi.
Nobody's talking about pumpkin. Pumpkin is like cranberry. It just sort of elbowed its way into stuff.
It did. Yeah, it inserted itself like a lot of white people.
Yeah, no. I have no love for pumpkin latte season.
Right. You know what? Thank you. I feel seen.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I already know at the end of September that I'm going to despise everyone who is just like addicted to.
Yeah, no. I just
PSL life.
I cannot. I've gotten to the point where like I'm not gonna like retch if I eat pumpkin, but it's still like feels like gentrification of my palate.
Can we make that a shirt?
Sure, we can do whatever we want to.
We can do whatever we want to. Pumpkin spice latte is. So yes, we're picking a side between fascism, anti-fascism. Clearly, I have a book about dismantling white supremacy, so I'm clearly on a side, and I've always been that way. But how are we going to get back to humanity?
First of all, I do think we have to hold some space for the fact that the United States, as a popular ongoing concern, may be over.
Yeah.
Like, not that it is, but it might be. And so, which means, because in the same way that like the British Empire ain't a thing no more either.
Right.
Like it is still a place.
It
There's still
is,
a thing
right.
called England,
Right.
but it ain't the British Empire. The sun sets every day. Sometimes
Yeah.
it doesn't even rise. I talk about like the Rome. People go to Rome to see. Man, this used to be great. Like this used to. Look at all these
These
things.
cool
that
columns
used to
that are
be.
left, yeah.
Look at all that stuff that used to be. Rome is still there. I'm sure the food is great. I'm sure they have, but it's not. It is about the fact that empire doesn't last forever, and
Right.
the United States empire is very likely over based on just even what we've done to immigration. That one of the things that made this country, as however great it was immigrants came here, and then the United States got credit for what people from other countries did.
Yes.
So they came here, invented stuff, and pioneered stuff, and brought their food over, and suddenly that was all American culture.
Yeah.
And it became Americanized, or America got credit for it. And those people, there's somewhere there are people in other countries who are thinking about leaving where they are for one reason or another, either for opportunity or because they're refugees or asylum seekers, and they ain't coming here.
Right.
And if they all end up going, if they all figure out there's one country that is the best country to go to, then that country becomes the next place.
Yeah.
I don't know what that country is. If somebody knows, please DM me.
Right.
But and I think there's probably a reality of like people who have a certain level of privilege at some point, if it gets bad enough, just bouncing from here.
Yeah.
Just being like, all right. I mean,
Well, Beyonce and Jay-Z did buy land in the UK.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It used to be Hawaii, and now people are buying land
Yeah.
in the UK. So I know another.
I mean, it's really great marketing and branding for that former empire and people.
Yeah, we're back.
'cause
We're
the
back,
thing is
baby.
that there are a lot of.
It could be the UK if they don't keep doing their right turn.
Yeah.
It could be them because they already have they have diversity, so you still
But
get the
like
same.
Americans don't want to learn a language,
And that's true
right?
too.
So
That's
they
true
want to
too.
go where people speak,
Yeah,
English.
yeah,
Like
yes.
Portugal has a big Black community that it's popping up. So these things are happening, but like you're saying, they're all rooted in privilege. So right
Yeah.
now, what's happening with America is like it's the best advertisement for everyone to go not here.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm hoping for personally Puerto Rican and Hawaiian sovereignty.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like
Yeah.
those are two places where I go. I'm like, man, if you were your own country,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
really like it here.
I upset millions of people because I informed them that Puerto Rico is
Oh yeah,
part of America.
I call him Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny really, he really broke some people's brains.
Heart, yeah, it broke the
He
brains
broke some brains
in so many ways. But
I
I mean,
think it's so funny. That Bad Bunny broke some
Oh, yeah.
brains. Yeah, like I think it's just like I also think it's funny as if headlining the Super Bowl halftime show is like a presidential Medal of Honor or something. Like it's just,
exactly. Donald should stop it from happening.
yeah, like it's just
there should be a presidential
thing.
proclamation. No,
It's a thing that, for the
No.
most part, when it's over, you go, "That was pretty good." Like
Yeah.
I mean, there are years. Like last year, Kendrick was like, "This is a statement show."
Right.
But Bruno Mars was just trying to make your body move. He was just trying to
make
shake
your
your
body move.
booty. He wasn't trying
And
to
then
like.
Beyonce said, "Hey, by the way,
Yeah, I'm here. And then
yeah.
Chris Martin from Coldplay was like, "Oh,
Hey.
you need a white guy."
right." So it's cool. Everyone's included.
Yeah.
And
But it ain't. I mean, and it's clear by the metrics of who gets to do a Super Bowl halftime show
Yeah.
that Bad Bunny deserves to be in that place.
Definitely. But
Yeah, it's
also,
like it's not like it's like there's no. The only thing that makes it a DEI concern for people is that he's brown and speaks Spanish.
he speaks Spanish,
But it's not because he
and
has
also speaks English. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Hear me out. NFL is incredibly problematic.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk was being honored in I don't know how many games.
Yeah.
And then Colin never got to play
No,
again.
Colin never-
You're still
yeah.
supporting something that you have other issues NFL that you can address outside of
Even how they treat their players. The fact that the NFL, as I'm a sports fan on some level, I'm not really an NFL fan, but like the NFL players don't have guaranteed contracts.
They don't have guaranteed contracts. Even if you make it to 3 years, you only get a certain amount of health care. If you make it to 7 years, you get health care for life.
And
But if you
7
get
years is very rare.
they decide if you have CTE or not.
decide, yeah.
Right?
Usually after you're dead when they
after
look
you're
at your
dead.
brain.
Exactly. After you're dead.
Oh, he had a lot of CT.
Which
yeah,
is
so
why-
the whole NFL is
Yeah.
is a problem, and they're having union things and
But you know what's not a problem?
what?
Our Valkyries.
No, the Valkyries are not a problem.
Yeah, they're perfect.
I got to go to one game. Took my 10-year-old daughter. She was very excited.
You're welcome.
Yes. And then last night, this was such a great moment. I mean, my kids are. I mean, I like my kids, so I'm biased that they're great.
As you should be.
So I met at event we were at, which I don't know if we're referring to it by no name on purpose. Do we call it what it is?
Which one?
The thing we were on Monday.
The Day of Unreasonable Conversation.
Okay, so at the Day of Unreasonable Conversation, I didn't know if we were like, is that an Illuminati meeting? I don't know.
A little bit.
That's right. We talked about Kamala. She made news, black news. But so I met Nafisa Collier.
Yeah.
Which I want to be clear. She had no idea who I was. I get it. I totally get it. And it's fun to be in the position of like, she's just like nicely took a picture with a fan. You know what I mean? Like it was like, she was just like, I could see there was no like, and I'm not that famous. You either know me or you don't. But it was funny to be in that room, in that place. And she was very nice. And if you see the photo, the smile on her face makes it look like she cares. Great. She did a good job. She's doing a good job.
Yeah.
And I was so honored to get the photo because she was in line to meet Kamala Harris. Like she could have said, not right now. So she was super nice. And then I showed my kids the photo, my two oldest daughters, my 14-year-old and my 10-year-old. And they are starting to become WNBA fans, but they didn't know who she was. And so I said, oh, you want to know who she is? And I played the clip of her ethering the WNBA commissioner.
Ethering is a Nas reference for people who don't know.
It is a Nas reference. It's and because you could have put a beat behind it. And it's like a 6-minute clip. Yeah. Like it's like a Kendrick level length of diss track. And
bars on bars.
Bars on bars. Yeah. And they watched the whole thing like in the kitchen because they just first were like, what? And then ooh, and they could tell that she was like really, and every now and again I pause and go, here's what's happening here, this is the commissioner, here's what, and I started telling about how this, which is something I found out, apparently, and you can speak to this, if the refs in the WNBA, the reason why they're not as good is because the really good ones get promoted to the NBA.
Yep.
And they were both like, "What?" Like they want to see these two young girls just be like, "Are you like really understanding?"
They are essentially trained for the G League. G League is training them, and then they get promoted to the NBA. I like to say the MNBA.
The MNBA. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna try to start saying that. So, and you could see they got the inequity of that immediately. Yeah. Because I was like, because they get paid more there, and it's more prestigious.
The New York Times today did a wonderful article on pay equity for the WNBA.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is that women's sports are fundamental for so many reasons. So the data shows that 12-year-old girls and non-binary folks can drop out of sports because there's so many like periods happen, there's no support, there's all these pressure things that come up. But we know if we keep girls and non-binary kids in sports, they become leaders. And we need them. We need them for humanity.
Yeah,
but we need them in general.
That's why I say, like, I get into so weird. I've had some PE beef at my kid's school about how my kid is treated. And I just want to be like, look, because there's a lot of like, I just think the way that a lot of PE teachers, and this happened to me when I was a kid too, like when a PE teacher says things like growth mindset, I'm just like,
well, when an
you're
adult,
listening to Joe Rogan.
When an adult says growth mindset.
Yeah.
And then, or if they say in my mind's eye, I'm like, no.
And it's like,
no.
I just want my kid to be outside, getting fresh air, having fun, and learning how to be in coordination with other people and learning how to talk to other people in coordination. Because those skills will transfer. The school my kids go to, and like, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of professional athletes coming out of this school. And maybe they're going to be, maybe, I don't know. Maybe my kids will be. But it's just about like, stop treating this like some sort of boot camp, or some sort of like it's important in the way that you to like, and actually treat it like this is a way you learn how to get along and interact with others. But it's actually important that it's fun, so you'll keep doing physical activity in life.
Physical activity in life, but also be a leader.
Yes.
Like one of the reasons why I'm one of the owners of Oakland Roots and Soul is because there aren't women in these positions, there aren't black people in these positions, and there aren't disabled people in these positions.
Yeah, and 100%. No,
just don't. No.
I was like, what am I going to add to that?
So that's why I'm very like loud all the
time.
Thumbs
up. I'm putting my thumbs up for people listening.
Oh my gosh, Kamau approves. Okay, so
you've said you're making a good. I just want the listeners of the podcast to understand that I approve of your point
of the message.
Yeah. Have I mansplained that effectively?
Oh gosh, you are not a mansplainer at all. That's why you're here.
I try not to
on my couch.
That's why I make fun of myself. And I go, what am I saying?
So can you tell us what you're doing to find pockets of joy?
Pockets of Joy. That'd be a good idea. That's a good name for a podcast.
Rebrand. No.
So, like last night, sitting there with it's really about engaging with my kids as a part of it. So last night was this fun moment for me to put something in front of my kids that they were not aware of. And then I played the Kathy Engelbert speech afterwards. And we had a whole discussion.
Kathy
and it was
is
like,
the WNBA commissioner, for those who don't know.
And we had a whole conversation at like 9 o'clock at night when they should have been getting ready for bed about the WNBA. And my older daughter understood that, like, yeah, I get why the women don't make as much as the men, but they should be making a proportional amount.
Right.
And we had a whole conversation. And it was just like, this is why you have kids. You know what I mean? Like, it was fun to have that to bring it before them. And it could have been a thing they were like, this is boring, or I don't care. And to be able to engage with my kids and to be able to sort of like see them see the world the way that I see it, but also understand that you need to see it specifically. I'm bringing this to you because this is about being a woman and about being a young woman in the world. So I think whenever I can engage with my kids, and then in my stand-up act, occasionally, like I just did a show in LA, and my oldest daughter comes and she sings and plays guitar. And so she opens the show singing and playing guitar. Then my 10-year-old sits off stage, like slightly off stage, you can still see her in the audience, with a microphone. She counts up every time I swear. And then she also commentates, and I'll talk to her during the show. So this thing that used to be very solo activity, stand-up comedy, often becomes a full family affair activity, which means it's more fun for me to be on the road doing stand-up, because I'm not doing the thing that stand-up comedy does, which is isolates you from your family. I'm actually often, not all the time, bringing them with me. And so the more that my family and my work can be a part of my work and not be this, because a lot of the work I do, they just can't be a part of and they shouldn't be a part of. But when I can bring them in, it really gives me a lot of joy. And it makes me feel like they start to really understand what their dad does for a living. Yeah. And when I was on stage at Largo in LA this past Friday, my 10-year-old sitting there, she's seen me do stand-up a lot now. She's been sitting off the stage for over a year now at different points. And I did a joke slightly differently, and she started laughing, and I heard her, like, she's got this real giggle, like this. And I looked, and it made her laugh more. And then the audience is looking at her. And the idea that, like, oh, she's actually watching me.
Yeah.
She's paying attention.
Yeah.
And the audience enjoyed the fact that, like, oh, his 10-year-old actually thinks he's funny. You know what I mean? And then now it's become like an inside joke. The thing I made her laugh, I'll just say it sometimes and she starts giggling. And the work that I do and that we do, and, you know, I said this the other day at the end of the day of Unreasonable Conversations, it can be difficult, but I try to keep perspective. Yeah. Because whenever I start to go, it is so hard, as I said the other day, the ghost of Harriet Tubman shows up and is like, what is hard?
Right. Exactly.
I'm sorry. It's hard to talk for a living or direct documentaries. Yeah. But so therefore, when the fact that my family is so connected to it and I feel their connection and they want to be around it and we can have fun with it, really it brings me a lot of joy. And then YouTube videos.
I think that's a wonderful combo.
Yeah.
Let folks know how they can find you. Huh? Let folks know how they can find you.
W.Kamau Bell at W.Kamau Bell on various social media platforms. Instagram is my main one, but Substack is my main platform of choice now. It's you can go to W.Kamau Bell on Substack, or the name of my Substack newsletter is Who's With Me, and I write there weekly about things that are going on in the world. I just wrote about comedians performing in Saudi Arabia, and I wrote about Charlie Kirk, and I wrote about I wrote a piece that I called my diss track for Ezra Klein. So
you'll have to come back. We'll have to for sure talk about that. Yeah. But for now, you just have to. Keep being amazing.
Oh, look at that. It's a new shirt for me to wear.
Yay.
Thank you very much. Yay.
All right. Well, thank you for being on Humane Rights.
That was quick. That's over? I thought
we did it.
And you got me in my new size. I used to be 2X, but I've become 3X.
I got you 2 sizes.
In my old age.
No, we have both.
Good.
Yeah. Big love and gratitude to our guests for showing up with truth, humor, and of course, humanity. If this conversation moved you, you gotta like it. You gotta share it. You have to talk about it. Bring it into your circle, spaces, and places. Because that's how change multiplies. You can catch more episodes wherever you get your podcast and watch the full series produced by CL Media and me on the CL Media YouTube channel. Now, what is that YouTube channel? What you need to subscribe to so you can get more of this. But until next time, stay curious, find your joy, and keep being amazing.